Hello and salutations and welcome to another episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we beat some beavers, got a bottle, and then got some more pieces of heart, and we jumped from island to island. Look, it was a long episode, alright? It wasn't a long episode at all. But we did some stuff. That's what's really important. Today, we're going to be taking on this lovely decrepit old house over here. So, there are actually two of these Skulltula houses, which is what this is. You walk in, it's just nothing. Oceanside Spider House. You mean, not Skulltula House, a Spider House. Forgive me, please. Now, obviously, we got a little bombable wall there that makes a weird noise. We don't have any bombs, but we do have a bomb mask that does just as good, so let's use that. This is pretty much all we're going to be doing this episode is this Spider House. There are two of these in the game. This is the one I actually like. I don't really like the other one. It's in the swamp. We'll be getting to that one later. We are going to do it, obviously. But I'm not a big fan of that one. I do enjoy this one, however. There is one thing about this one that I don't like. If you do this on any other day than the first, I'm trying to think of a way to word it. If you do this on any day besides the first day, you do not get the good prize. Why? Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why? That is something I have never gotten because it's so easy to miss out on this prize if you don't know. And I don't actually know for sure if there's any in-game text to let you know that's the case. There might be, and I just may not know where it is exactly. But honest to goodness, I'm not 100% sure there is. So I cannot tell you how many people I've talked to that have come here and ended up not getting the stuff they need to get in order to 100% the game because they honestly just don't know it's here. Ugh, or don't know that that's what you have to do on the first day. It's so weird and I don't get it, but you know what? I'm not a game designer. I probably shouldn't complain about it too much. It's still my favorite game after all. The prize is actually pretty useful too, relatively. I'm not gonna lie and say it's the most useful item in the entire game or anything like that, but it ain't exactly useless, which, I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of side quests in this game that don't really get you a whole lot. The entire idea behind these Skulltula houses are to basically come in and kill all the speeders, and that's it. You kill all the speeders, and then you get a special prize. The end. It's a great concept when you don't really think about it. None of them are particularly difficult, though, which is a good thing. I will say try and make sure you at least get some arrows and magic before coming in here, because you're gonna need them. You're gonna need lots of fire, lots of sharp, pointy sticks, and good times will be had by all. There are a few of these that are pretty well hidden as well. I don't think there are any in those up there, or in those pots, I mean. There are some in this house that are particularly well hidden. There are some in the other one that are particularly well hidden as well. It's a nice little break from the action, if you ask me. It really is. I love little things like this that just, they break up the story a little bit so that you don't get too overwhelmed. But at the same time, the prize you get for them is pretty useful, so you don't feel cheated by doing it either. I like that. I really, really do. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good game design, guys. Good game design. All right, there we go. A little forced perspective there makes that thing look a little bit further away than it actually is. All right, let's make sure to get all these on ground level before we start climbing things. One of the ones I have the most problem with remembering is actually in this room, or rather, it's a way to get to one that's in this room. The one that's there you pretty much know about, but how to get it can be a little bit challenging if you haven't ever played this before. There we go. All right, so that's 11. I don't remember how many in here altogether. Hello, Mr. Skelly Man. It's a style child. They were the cursed soldiers of the kingdom of Ikana. What are you gonna do? Oh god, no! He's on fire! Okay. I expected that to go better than it did. I apologize in advance. Except not in advance because it already happened. I'm good with words. You know, I used to write in college. I used to actually think that I could be a professional writer one day. That used to be what I was going to aim to grow up to be. Think about that for a second. Knowing the stuff that I have said in these LPs. Also, there's no need to actually kill those guys. I probably shouldn't do it. It makes me feel kind of mean whenever I do. Knowing how I've spoken in these LPs, can you imagine me being a professional writer? It would. It's not good. Not good at all. Nope. Just no. So many no's. All the no's. Alright. So I believe this is actually the last one to get, is right over here in this little hole. Now you saw when I climbed up the bookcase there, that's the one that always, like, escapes me for some reason. I never seem to remember that you can climb up that bookcase. I did the same thing in my practice file. I forgot it, and it took me like 5 or 10 minutes to remember. Alright, I gotta be quiet for a second. Hold on. Okay, I don't hear anymore. That's how you actually know that you've cleared a room in this, is that, you won't hear any more spiders. Very neat little idea, although when I'm LPing, it's kind of bad because I have to turn my volume down super, super low. So it can be kind of hard to actually hear the things every once in a while. Well, except when there's like 30 of them, because then that's all you hear. Is there any in there? No? Okay. There's some enemies and magic and arrows lying around, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about running out of stuff. There we go. And it actually gives you a pretty good perspective on trying to kill all these little buggers. Literally buggers. See what I did there? Because they're insects. Yeah, well, technically they're arachnid. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill them regardless. Also, like, whose house was this, actually? Now that I think about it, like, there's nobody in Great Bay except for Zora's and the fisherman, and the fisherman has his own place. So whose house even was this? That's a decent question I just asked, actually. I've never really thought about it. Oh, this room. Okay. So more of these stall children here. There is a piece of heart we're going to be getting in this. There is a mask you get later in the game that makes this, that you're supposed to get before doing this piece of heart. However, you don't actually have to have it in order to get the piece of heart. So I'm going to go ahead and get it and just mention that. The mask that you get will allow you to actually talk to the stall children there. And they'll tell you a code, specifically in colors, that you have to shoot these little colorful masks in a certain order. You don't have to have the mask in order to do it, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way because I don't want to come back all the way here. But just so you know, I'm kind of breaking order on that one a little bit. But, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Not at all. Are there any in these jars? I don't think so, but I don't remember 100%. Roll into the table. There we go. These three are actually... He landed right on top of me. At least it didn't actually hurt me. These three are ones I tend to forget as well a lot of the time. We're over halfway done already. I hope actually, because this is all I was planning on doing in this episode, but it may not even last all that long. Who knows? I'm only up to, well, I should be getting close to 10 minutes now. Not quite at, but close. Alright, 20, so we only got 10 left. And there is actually at least one more in here. Where is it, though? I don't remember! He must be in one of the jars. It is actually, like, spatial sensitive as well, so they'll be louder as you get closer to them. Is it? There, yeah, I see the hole on top of it. That's how you know that. Roll into the jar, Link! Roll into the jar, thank you. If the jar has a hole in it, that's how you know that they're there. Now, that should have been all of them. Yeah, I don't hear him. Okay, so now we gotta do this. So, I'm just gonna do this by process of... No, stop focusing on the stall children. I'm just gonna do this by process of elimination. There's one. Nope. Ooh, I think this may end up being the same code I got in my practice file. Let's see if I can actually remember it. Oh, yeah! Look at that! Oh, I'm so awesome. That was the same code I got on my practice file. That's weird, because I think there are more than one code. Maybe there's not. Maybe there is only one code. In which case, there you go. That's what it is. I could swear that it was different, like, depending on the save file, though. Yeah, well. I ain't complaining. Point is, I got another piece of heart. Yay. Yeah, but I glad we beat the bar. Glad one more to extend your life energy. Yeah, life energy. Yeah, we're gonna be getting some more heart pieces in the next episode, so we'll have a good many hearts before heading off into the next area of the game, which is pretty neat because I tend to get hurt a lot in the next area of the game. There's some pretty tough fights in it, so that's one reason I really like that they give you the double life thing upgrade as well. That, like, at the time they do. I kind of touched on it a little bit when we got the upgrade at the end of that episode, but that is so much of a better time to get that upgrade versus Ocarina of Time when they gave it to you right at the end of the freaking game. I don't know whose decision that was, but it was a poor one. It was, in fact, a very, very poor decision. Whoever made that decision, I'm talking to you. I know you're watching this. I know you go on YouTube and watch LPs of games you made like 20 years ago. I mean, who wouldn't? That's gotta be a weird feeling, too. If you were a game designer from back in that day, like, trolling around on YouTube just looking at people play your game from that long ago, that's gotta be odd. Right? That's not just me. That's gotta be an odd sensation. Alright, now there's one more left in here. I'm betting it's in one of these jars. Is it in this jar? Let me try that again. Is it in this jar? Yes, it is. Now, I think that's the last one in the hallway here. Let's kill it and get quiet. I don't hear any more. That's it. Alright. So one room left, and we only have 5 Skulltulas. This is actually gonna end up being a pretty short episode. I expected this to take longer, honestly. I mean, I did just do my practice file, like, yesterday. So, I guess I shouldn't have expected it to take, like, You're creepy! Those things creep me out. They're the same enemy that we saw in Snowhead, except they're black instead of white. I don't know why, but they just... Even the white ones, too. They creep me right the crap out. They're just like... They're one of those enemies that's adorable... Adorable? They're adorable. You know what I mean. They're adorable, but they're extremely creepy at the same time. Which, I don't know, that's kind of a Tim Burton-esque kind of thing. I don't know if anybody ever saw any of Tim Burton's, like, really old comic books and stuff like that, but he used to have a... I think it was a comic book. I remember my sister had all the little figures from it, and if I remember right, it was a comic book. But it was the Melancholy Adventures of Clam Boy, or Clamhead, or Oysterhead, or something like that, or Oyster Boy. Something like that, I can't remember exactly. I'll show a picture on screen. But it was really, really creepy and adorable, but really, really creepy. I mean, Tim Burton, so of course it's gonna be at least a little bit creepy. But I always remember that, because I was pretty young when my sister first started getting the figures for it and stuff like that. She was into really like Jonan Vasquez and a lot of those artists that kind of dig on that creepy style, which I'm a pretty big fan of those myself too, to be fair. I think a lot of it's influenced from seeing the stuff when I was a kid, from her getting it and stuff, and her and my brother-in-law getting it for her and stuff like that. But oh, there's the last one, by the way. And ultra victorious music. But yeah, like, I don't know, those always remind me of something Tim Burton-esque, even though they don't really have that art style. They're cute and creepy, and thus that equals Tim Burton in my mind for some reason. Alright, so we got all 30 of the Skulltulas. Pretty easily done, so let's go collect our grand prize by slowly rolling up the stairs. And by rolling, I mean walking, because obviously those two mean the exact same thing. I don't know why you would even question that. Alright, so we clear out the house. We actually will need the Goron mask to get back up that little slope there. So what is our grand prize? Do you guys know what our grand prize is? Probably so. This game is 20 years old almost, like I mentioned. Most of you have probably played it by this point. Hello, sir. How you doing? You're looking very confused there. What you got to say? I thought I heard some loud noises inside and I came in to check it out. This place, is this some sort of underground shelter? Sure. Did you find this place? I beg you, let me have this place. Not for free, of course. I hope this will do. Sure. We got a giant wallet, so we can hold up to 500 rubies. I mean, this isn't really our house to sell, to be fair, but, I mean, we'll take it. I'm not gonna complain any. Alright, so yeah, we sold a house that's not ours, and that's probably gonna be, that's the end of this episode. Glad we got that out of the way. So, today's daily question: what is your favorite storyline out of any Zelda game? Now, the two that come to mind right off the top of my head are Majora's Mask and Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword had a pretty good story. I'm not a huge fan of the game in general. I don't hate it, but it's nowhere near, like, it's probably not even in my top 5 Zelda games. I will admit the story was pretty interesting, though. Most definitely. That's what kept me playing most of the time. Majora's Mask, obviously, is my favorite game for mostly story-driven reasons, so I'm going to have to go with Majora's Mask, but I want to know what your answer is. So leave it in the comment, and we'll talk about it. Have a good time. As always, like if you like, leave a comment, tell me what I did right, what I did wrong. Subscribe if you want to see more, and please, share with your friends. And I will see you guys next time in Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina. Dang it, I didn't even mean to do it that time. Last time it was on purpose. That time I'm just dumb. Majora's Mask. See you guys next time.